Welcome to the maiden edition of Insurance Industry 2015 Mega Conference. Theme: Developing Insurance Business for National Growth. Courtesy: Insurance Industry Consultative Council, iicc.
The plate number is in a small sticker and it will be stuck to your windscreen on the right side, so that when policemen or any law enforcing agency are doing their random checks, this sticker will definitely be there. And the first thing you see the policy and the date of expiration clearly on that sticker. So definitely anybody will know, yes, this car has a valid insurance. And if the sticker is not there, it's either the car is not insured or the validity of the insurance has expired. And because he wants to evade the law, has removed it. In essence, the greater bulk of motor party third insurance cover, like I said earlier on, you find that most of these, you look at, like I said earlier on, some of these government agencies, when you are caught on the road, I've had instances where people call me to assist them. They have been caught by this or that. Their insurance just expired within so date, and they are forced to buy on the spot insurance cover. I don't think this is right, because the public must be enlightened to know their rights, to know when their insurance, after expiration, if there are some limitation to when you have to renew. The insuring publics and buyer of motor third party insurance are therefore advised to approach the well-established and authorized insurance firms through brokers for the valid insurance cover, as it has become expedient to warn the public that not having a valid insurance is against the law. Even, let me leave that, I'll come to it at the end. The objective of this act, in pursuant to this section, like I said earlier on, is that every third-party insurance, the insured, they stand to benefit. Because you see, there are types of insurance, and some of these insurance we have, for instance, we have the comprehensive insurance, we have the marine, and so on and so forth. But the most common is this vehicle, because almost so many people have vehicles, and the law has made it mandatory that as soon as you step into your vehicle, before you move, there must be a valid insurance cover. So there is no reason for you not to have that policy once you are driving, whether you are a learner, whether you have got your driving license or whatever. The moment you are operating a vehicle on the highway, there must be an insurance cover for that vehicle. I will also suggest that the mobile device that is being deployed for verification of motor vehicle insurance policies of road users should be given a wider publicity, so that unsuspecting cover buyers will be able to detect the genuineness of such transaction with central database where all information on party insurance can be accessed. Well, I've been told my time is up. I think maybe at the discussion session, we enlighten with more data. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we now listen to Federal Road Safety.
Good morning, everybody. I am Commander A.O. Bezim, the head of partnership section in the Federal Road Safety Corps under the Special Marshals and Partnership Department.
Okay.
I'm here representing the Corps Marshal and Chief Executive of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Boboye Oyeyemi, MFR, MNI. This paper or this conference could not have come at a better time than now. I must say that FRSC stand to benefit from this, as well as the insurance industry. So I will start my paper. The role of FRSC in third-party motor insurance. Introduction, challenges, and the way forward. Nigeria has experienced a very rapid rate of urbanization in the last 2 decades. In this period, water transportation has been relegated. The railways have been abandoned, and the cost of air transport has been prohibitive. This has led to an increased dependence on road transport, which we are aware. Increased independence on Nigerian roads has led to a corresponding increase in road traffic crashes. Then, the establishment of the Corps, with a mission to regulate, to enforce, to coordinate road traffic and safety management activities through sustained public enlightenment, rescue services, effective patrol, and promotion of stakeholder collaboration, which we are presently experiencing today through this conference. And then we must not forget the robust data management, improved vehicle administration. In order to effectively deliver on her mandate, and as a matter of organizational strategy, the Corps has had to collaborate with several agencies and industries. Prominent among these is the insurance industry. FRSC role in the motor vehicle insurance in Nigeria. We have been able to build a comprehensive database, installation of IT infrastructure in all FRSC formations, maintenance of central database, unification of FRSC, National Unified Licensing Scheme database with the VIO, effective rescue operations, which of course we are very much aware as we travel, especially at the peak period, and where we have very serious vehicular movements. You see our people. And even on highways, we have a lot of emergency outlets and windows where we reduce and attend to accident victims. Crash investigation. Next slide. In addition to data gathered by the rescue teams at the crash scenes, FRSC conduct crash investigation. Next slide. Information verification portal. This again is very important. The Corps has been able to set up an information verification portal to access for the public, to access to the database of the Corps, and the swift verification of any and of all information relevant to the investigation of the insurers. The challenges of the Corps. When we become an economic giant by 2020, by His grace, there will be an estimated 40 million vehicles that will drive on Nigerian roads. The challenges of transportation in Nigeria will also increase accordingly. This will include road crashes, traffic congestion, and data management. The importance of data cannot be overemphasized. If the Corps will meet our objective of placing Nigerian roads among the 20 safest roads in the global community by 2020. However, despite the efforts of the Corps is, however, faced with several issues that threaten the capacity of the Corps in this regard. We look at please go to the next slide, purification of fake vehicle number plates. This is one of the major problems we have, and we believe that we are tackling it with the help of the stakeholders too. Then we have problem of a delay or neglect in updating the database by stakeholders in NULS, the National Unified Licensing Scheme process. Then we go to the public awareness. The low level of public awareness concerning the intention of the Corps as regard the NULS scheme has led to a rejection of the scheme by motorists. This has translated into several lawsuits seeking for cancellation of the scheme. But we are withering the storm by God's grace. Then FRSC collaboration with the insurance industry. This is where we need the area of discussion. FRSC has been able to build a database on registered vehicles and drivers. The data is shared with the relevant stakeholders, including Nigerian Insurance Association, that's NIA. Shared information include vehicle registration data, driver's license data, road traffic enforcement data, road traffic crashes data, and others. The insurance industry has also reciprocated the gesture by sharing with the Corps its impressive database of motor vehicles insured in Nigeria. This has equally greatly assisted the Corps in making focus and planning for future development. FRSC and NIA have also collaborated in crash investigations. I must equally say that we have the lists of accredited insurance companies whom we are partnering with up to today. And that has enabled us to investigate, to fish out fake insurance papers, even as FRSC undertakes its patrol activities on the highways. Going forward, improving on the time lag it takes before the upload of insurance policy, that is for the insurance industry, which is very strategic for robust national data management. Collaborating with FRSC and supporting all her programs at addressing Nigeria's road safety challenges. Partnering with the Corps towards the inclusion or conclusion of implementation of the Novel Health African project. Eliminating the touting and faking of insurance policy to unsuspecting motorists. Showing good driving examples to other users and help to influence good driving culture. Supporting the FRSC's annual vehicle licensing renewal scheme. Supporting the FRSC special patrol operations, including Ember Months campaigns with logistics and materials for safe motoring during the Yuletide. Stepping up initiative for educating the motoring public on the processes of obtaining new plate numbers or number plates and driver licenses to reduce the proliferation of fakes and to eliminate the antagonism of the scheme by motorists and driving to save lives. We should remember that if FRSC in its mandate of making roads safer, it will translate to enhancing motor vehicle insurance business. Well, before I stop, the collaboration, this is my own, I've finished that of the commercial. But I bet you, this forum, I'm part of you, because I read insurance.
Oh, good.
And I happened to, there was a time I was managing the FRSC insurance and pension scheme. And it afforded me opportunity, even today, I have so many friends among you because I know how we move into business. I was in Unity Life in Lagos. That was where I did my IT. But this is not the time for this history. This is the time to act. I remember what I call collaboration between FRSC and NICOM, or between FRSC and insurance industry, supposed to have commenced in 1988, when FRSC was established. But it took more than 17 years before the two organizations could, realize that they have so many things in common. Yeah. Thanks to the former NICOM henchman. That's the Depot Bali.
That's him.
That's yes. Then we had to see reasons why we should collaborate. I remember that time it was all about public enlightenment, going to zones, trying to sensitize the public about patronizing fake insurance papers. And today, I tell you that it has enabled the regulatory industry, insurance industry, both NICOM and FRSC, to move a step further. Today, we have so many things in common, and it has not ended. We have the what we call this, though I've mentioned it, the third-party insurance. Remember, FRSC, our work is making roads safe for motorists and other safe users, eliminating accidents and minimizing accidents, as well as involving prompt rescue operations. These are a few of our things. Then what is the role of insurance? The role of insurance industry under the third party is to indemnify the third party vehicle and pay compensation to accident victims. So our work is a kind of complementary. We should stop at preventing. As soon as we rescue a victim, we take it to hospital, and then insurance industry should do what? Should take over. So this is the problem we are having today. We have had a situation where FRSC equally involved in paying claims, paying hospital bills. This is true. Because what do? We take the victim to the hospital. The hospital we demand for what? Advance deposit. And what do? Do you abandon? You see some of us putting inside our pocket, getting money, paying. So this is an area, critical area. We should deliberate today. One, what it took Nigeria to realize, after so many years, Ghana has even gone ahead of us.
That's true.
Today, the third-party insurance in Ghana is like they are the one, bankrolling or supporting the road safety in Ghana. The third-party insurance, a percentage of the third-party insurance is used in managing the road safety. I hope I'm right.
Yeah.
So this is the area we need to really discuss today. Because FRSC has done so much. We have done so much through our operations. Remember, we have how many? We have about 12 zones. We have about 37 sector commands, including FCT. And we have up to about 204 unit commands spread across Nigeria. And all these commands, we have our vehicles, we have our emergency outfits, we have our mobile clinics, zebras, ambulances, tow trucks. And in the long run, you see accidents reducing. I know we are performing our own statutory role, but there must be a support. The commercial, through this paper, have thrown this as a challenge. There must be a collaboration And it has to be a monumental one. It's not just this. Yes, support us in public enlightenment, but there are other ways you can do that. And that is through giving a monumental support, like I said before. That is a percentage of the insurance premium going to. This is true. This is true. We should move ahead. And I bet you, if you do this, it will give us such a support. Hello? Hello? Yes, it will, hello. It will give us such a support. It will support you in such a way that the claims will reduce drastically. I bet you, if you consider the claims that you would have been paying, if not because FRSC, robust public enlightenment, aggressive patrol enforcements going on, ensuring that there's no driver will stop today that he must give us an authentic driver insurance paper on the road. That is a must. But do you ask us to do this? We are doing this because the third party occupants of the vehicles need to be protected, and that is what FRSC is doing. So I must. So maybe during the discussion, more will come. Yes. So together, we can make roads safer and bring about sanity on our roads. Thank you for listening.
Deliberately, we are taking the chairman of NIA last. Our friends from the other sectors, our stakeholders have indeed challenged the insurance industry. And there is no better person to respond than the chairman of NIA. So it's my pleasure to call on the chairman of NIA, Mr. Wigun, to give his own contributions and react to what our stakeholders are asking the industry to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I guess everyone can hear me. Yes, sure. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and our dear enforcers. I'm happy that we are speaking last. That is the NIA, and so we are giving our own views. The government always have good intentions each time they come up with policies. For the insurance, for example, they've come up with about 6-7 compulsory insurances. They've come up with the motor vehicle third-party insurance. They've come up with insurance of public buildings. They've come up with professional indemnity for health workers. They've come up with mandatory group life insurance. They've come up with statutory retirement, life annuity. These are beautiful policies that they have come up because basically their objectives include ensuring adequate compensation to third parties, victims, and building site mishaps, health workers, professional negligence, and losses that impact negatively on the economy. I guess these are one of the reasons why the government came up with these compulsory insurances. And if we just do a quick look, these 7 policies that we have just discussed, if government had really come up with how to enforce it, because to come up with a policy is not an issue, but how do you enforce it? I just take it that the insurance industry in Nigeria has been very unfortunate. Unfortunate in the sense that it has remained the whipping boy of the economy. Because, take for example, we are talking about motor. Let's take motor. We're talking about third-party liability. It may interest you to know that, at least from the statistics from the road safety, that there are over 16 million vehicles on Nigerian roads. Of these 16 million, only 3 million are insured. Now, if of the 16 million, 3 million are captured or are insured, what about the remaining 13 million? Let's look at the loss the industry is losing. Let's look at what the government stands to gain as tax, and see what the society is losing by not having its employed youth. Of that 13 million vehicles that are uninsured, let's take it that all of them should have a third-party cover. The third-party cover premium is 5,000. Of this 13 million, if we had insured every vehicle on the road, 65 billion naira will have come to the coffers of the insurance industry. Of this 55 billion, I'm not sure road safety will have complained that we're not supporting them. I'm not sure the police will say we are not supporting them. So you can now see the multiplier effect of not having the government backing on these policies that they have created in terms of enforcement. That is, enforcement by the police, enforcement by the Federal Road Safety Corps. The insurance industry, the NIA, I'm happy that the police and the road safety did confirm that in our own small measure, we have tried to collaborate. We have put what we have, the NID, we have given them a mechanism with which they can verify vehicles on the road that are carrying genuine insurance. But what has been the response? So for all this, the nation has lost 65 million that should have come to the coffers of the industry. They have lost tax, they have lost employment. Yet the insurance industry is not doing enough for the country. We heard the gentleman from the building town planning. I take, for example, the Lekki axis of Lagos. On that road alone, there are over, at least, let me not exaggerate, at least 1 million buildings that have been put up between when this act was put in place and today. And the question is, why are they not taking the necessary insurances? Because somebody is approving these buildings and yet is not asking where are the insurances. It is not because the insurance companies are not willing to give us this cover. We are too willing. We are available. There is no state in this country that an insurance company is not represented, which means our presence are felt in 36 states of the Federation, including the FCT. But the question is, the people approving these buildings, why have they not asked for insurances? So you cannot see the colossal sum of money that is being lost. The same thing for fire services. If these insurances were put in place, I'm sure the 0.205 you were talking about that should have been accrued to it since 2007, 2003, I'm sure we will not be here debating about it. So I think basically the insurance have not gotten the adequate support of the enforcers. That is, from the local government, from the state, and from the federal government itself. So what's our own recommendation? Because we do say, yes, it's not just enough to complain, because we have not really gotten this support, and yet we have remained the whipping boy of the economy. And we are saying that, yes, we need to improve on our own public awareness program. We are doing our bit. Yeah, it may not be enough, but I think going from here, we will increase the tempo. I think I just forgot to even mention marine insurance. Yesterday we were told that Nigeria consumes over 40 million liters of PMS. And these 40 liters, if I'm right, are imported into this country. I make bold to say, of these 40 million, how many vessels bring them in? How many of them are insured? And yet, they go through our customs. Where is the marine insurances on them? and tomorrow they will say insurance is not contributing enough to the GDP of the economy. So I think we really need again the government's active involvement. It is not enough to make policies, because in this country it has come to be confirmed that when policies are made and they are not enforced, they are just as if there is really no law. Yes, we shall increase our educating our consumers, but then